guys, it's Mish. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a budget update. So before I get into that, I did want to briefly talk about the holidays and your budget and gift giving and stuff like that, just because I know that there are quite a few people who get very stressed out about buying gifts or going over budget or just feeling convicted to do things, or if they can't do certain things that they feel bad and somehow ashamed that they weren't able to provide or give something.
Here are 4 simple tips that I would like you guys to keep in mind this holiday. I don't want you to fall into the holiday pressure, but if you haven't already subscribed and liked this video, I would greatly appreciate it.
When it comes to December, it's typically a lot of money being spent on my end, just because it's my mom's birthday in early December, and then it's my sister's birthday in kind of like mid-December, and then it's Christmas. And now I have 5 nieces and nephews. So my youngest niece, she was just born a few months ago, so she's still a newborn. And then I have my nephew, he's 2, and then I have my other niece, she's 7, and then I have my other niece, she's 11, and then I have my oldest nephew who is 17. So the gifts, you know, are spread out, different price ranges and all that other things. So one of the things that I like to do is I ask my nieces and nephews to create a list of 5 things that they would like to have. So I pick off of those lists. Being that I'm the aunt, I choose aunt gifts for the most part. So when it comes to buying gifts, I don't want you guys running up these credit cards, spending money that you don't have or is going to take you a long time to pay back, where it's just like, okay, I spent $600 on my credit card, but then it took me 6 months to pay off that $600. No, no. I feel that there's plenty of things going on, especially for people that have kids, like Home Depot and Michael's. They usually have like a little workshop where you can go and make things. And I think especially for kids that are 10 and under, that is a great experience, and it's a family thing. It's just like, hey, we're all going, we're having fun, like make a video out of it, keep those type of memories. People really enjoy stuff like that, and I feel like a lot of the time Christmas gets lost in wanting to give people gifts after gifts, and it's just like sometimes you don't have the money. And while I said I don't have kids, I do sympathize with people that feel bad because they can't do things for their kids. And it breaks my heart, but I do think that there's other avenues to still have a nice experience. Everybody who has a limited budget or a super tight budget but still wants to participate in the gift giving part of this holiday season to explore other options. Maybe you guys are going to participate in the free like little concerts or things at the park. Like, yes, you have to go out and seek these things and find them. Maybe you guys will explore that. Or maybe, you know, you're just not in a space to give all these gifts. So maybe you go out to these places that give free gifts to the kids and stuff like that. I don't know how big your pride is, but if you're that intent on getting your kids some type of Christmas gift, I know that that is an option as well. Or maybe it's just like you do super small gifts, or maybe it's just like, hey, like I can get this now, but I also know that there's another paycheck before people go back to school, which usually comes a little bit after December and around the New Year's. It's just like maybe you go to the store and they get to pick out one of their own gifts. Or in the past, like I've made little coupons like, hey, this is your gift, which is like to the movies, like little stuff that the kids like to do along with a small gift, and they get to turn those tickets in, you know, at a certain amount of time. Like there was rules and parameters. One year I was so into board games when I was a child, even though my family hardly ever played with me, but I was definitely into them. And I remember my mom didn't have a lot of money that Christmas. So what she ended up doing, she had went around to like all these thrift stores, and I want to say that she got me 15 different board games. But I cherish those 15 board games because I had so many and so many options, and the pieces were there. So it's just like Monopoly, Yahtzee, Life, Sorry, Candyland, all these different like board games that were very popular at that time. She got that for me, and I like played those board games for years. But like that was an option. Some people might be like, oh my gosh, like the thrift store, like I go to the thrift store, I know that they still have new options and things like that in there. They have stuff that looks great, and I feel like if you're on a limited budget, but I went into the thrift store and I was able to get like a Nike sweater for $15, like that looks brand new, then that's nice too. I know kids want new things and stuff like that, but the older kids, I also feel that they are very perceptive in things. Like, yes, they want things, but I know that they also are very well aware of their parents' financial situation. And, you know, as I said, maybe it's a combination, maybe it's a mixture of things. Maybe you guys are going to have like a family night where you guys like bake cookies. You can get those cookies from like the dollar store, or you can, you know, get them at Smith's or whatever. Like, they're very inexpensive. I know that they have bread now, or maybe you guys like make your own bread, like a family event. They have different options, something that may be foreign to you because you never explored those options, but they're definitely out there. So just keep that in mind. But for those of you that actually do have a budget, just stick within that budget. Like, explore different stores that you might not ordinarily go to. Like, maybe you're gonna go to Big Lots, maybe you're gonna go to Family Dollar, maybe you're gonna go to like a Tuesday morning, maybe you're gonna go inside Burlington's, like not just like these huge department stores or like Walmart or Target. Like, explore these other places too. Walgreens, I go to Walgreens every single year.
When I say every single year, I mean every single year.
And the reason that I go to Walgreens, especially for my younger nieces and nephews, is because a lot of the times they have buy two gifts, get one free, or buy one, get 50% off of the other gift. Now, while there's not the largest selection of gifts at the store, they definitely are quality gifts. Like, some of the same ones that are in Target and Walmart and stuff that's sold online on Amazon, they're definitely there. And I feel that that's like a great way to save some additional money while still getting quality gifts for your loved one. But you know, as far as the adults or things like that, like there's also options. I know I like to go on Groupon. Sometimes I had did a photo shoot by myself one time, and I had gave those out like as cards, as like a gift, like, hey, like I'm thinking about you. And some of my friends still have those posted like in their locker at work, or like on their fridge at their house. And I want to say I did that probably back in like 2019. But those are different options. You know, a lot of the times people just want to know that you're thinking about them, or maybe you go online and you create like this cute collage. I'm so for Canva in so many different aspects, but maybe you go online and you create this great collage of things and you just send that to people digitally, or you can get that printed off too. Maybe you do a photo collage. So I'm speaking about Walgreens.
Are they sponsoring me or what? But no.
You go in, create a Walgreens account really quick, select the pictures, and then they always have like 50% off, 10% off, like some percentage off the photos. And most of the time the 4x6 photos are 10%, but around the holidays you usually get like 50% off your whole entire order. So, or maybe you go on and you get like a canvas made for like $7 of a picture, you know, to give to your loved ones. Like, it doesn't have to be super expensive gifts. And especially with these phones today, like you could create your own little cute photo shoot and get those printed off and get those blown up, and it's still a nice quality gift to give somebody. But like, you know, let's not get away from making things and just having nice wholesome family activities. Like, maybe you guys create like a holiday movie like on your phone or something along those lines. Like, you guys do TikToks all day, I don't know. I just feel that there's such an emphasis put on gift giving around this time of the year, and it does not need to be all of that. And as I said, there's also a paycheck after Christmas. So it may not be on Christmas, but if it's like a kid type of thing, like they just sometimes just want something nice to go back to school in or along those lines. So if that's in your budget as well, do those things that I said. If not, like maybe we do have to go to the thrift store to look for some like nice jeans or like a nice sweatshirt and stuff like that that are in great condition, that are always there. There are certain things that I look at the thrift store for now, like those old like vintage t-shirts and stuff like that. I love getting those from there. I feel like, okay, they actually give the aesthetic that I'm looking for. But I just want everybody to stay within their budget, whatever it is that they create. If the budget is limited, then get really creative. And one of the things that I give most people credit for is being resourceful and being creative. So some people do that like on a monthly basis about like how they're going to pay their bills or whatever the case is, but I still think that creativeness is within people, and sometimes they just don't explore it as much as they need to when it comes to the holidays, because they kind of get fixated on they have to get like gifts and go this route. But it's just like, no, see what else is out there, see what events you guys could attend for free being held in the community. If you guys have like a community toy drive and you guys can go get gifts from there, or if you have, you know, lots of new things in your house that you didn't use but would be a great gift to somebody else, I'm definitely for recycling new gifts and giving it to people. Like, it's new, I'm not using it, it's already bought, it's of great condition, like that's nice too. So just explore the options that you guys already have. But with that being said, I'm going to hop in how much money I have spent thus far. So November 1st through November 12th, I've spent $3,089.10. Like, and I hear that number and I'm like, I swear I don't have a high consumption lifestyle. But then you hear like numbers don't lie. So what's really going on? Seems like quite a bit, but as a disclaimer, most of my bills do come out in the first half of the month. So for my bills, those came up to $1,771.40, and that consisted of my mortgage, credit card payment, HOA fees, a gym, and then an Apple subscription pay. For food, I end up spending $157.35 so far. And then for savings, that is $66 that went into savings. So all of that savings was in my sinking funds account. That's just something that happens automatically. They look at how much money I have and then they make a transfer over to my savings account. So this is just savings for my specific sinking funds. My major savings automatically happens from my check to my high yield savings account. That is not accounted in here. These numbers are strictly based off of my two different checking accounts. One is my primary one and then one is my sinking funds accounts. So moving on, for the missed category, I spent $970, and that was just for Cash App payments that went out. For the next thing was cash, I took out $460 for cash. So within that cash, that is to cover how much money I spent on gas, toiletries, tithing, all that stuff. So $160 is something that I take out typically every paycheck to have cash to account for areas that I typically overspending. The last category that I have here is for debt, and I made a payment of $124.35. So my payments are scheduled to come out on 11th, but with 8 Advantage, it usually takes 2 to 3 days for those to actually post. So I'm assuming that somewhere around like the 13th or so, I will actually have my monthly payment post, which is for $346, but that hasn't posted yet. So that's why that is not included. Speaking about student loans in general, being that those started back up, my goal for this month is to actually contribute $1,500 towards that overall. So being that most of my bills come out in the front half of the month, I typically make the large payments within my second paycheck, being that is essentially a free paycheck for the most part. At least 90% of it is free. But yeah, so that's what I've spent my $3,089.10 on so far. In the comments below, let me know how your budgeting has been going thus far for the month. And as usual, take time to enjoy your own journey, and I will catch you guys in the comments into the next video. Bye.